Let's close the laptop for now and give you my undivided attention. I wanted to come on earlier, but I thought folks are busy with reacquainting themselves with long lost relatives. I think tomorrow is the time when people go about and do their visiting and things like that. And, you know, so I thought give the people a chance to observe the reality that they have made it to another 25th of December. There are lots of things that I pondered, and I figured let's try it a bit later and see what happens. Because you must find something to look at on social media. Because it's on television, it's the same movies you watch every year. Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2, Home Alone 3, and the whole series, and you've been watching that for the past 20 years. So you can take a break to watch me. After all, I always have something good to say. And don't worry, I'm planning to cuss today. With respect to the auspicious nature of today, I plan to be sober. Keep a level head. I don't think I need glasses because I'm not planning to read anything. So let's just get rid of the glasses. Let me watch you in the eyes. I haven't done anything. I haven't shaved or cut my hair. There's nothing to cut, but I usually keep it. I like to be groomed, you know. I like to get the pedicure and the manicure and do all the stuff, you know, the facials and all those kinds of stuff. I like that. My mother did a good job when she raised. I can't speak for my brothers, but I know for me, she's always very careful and conspicuous and say you must always keep your nails short, you know, and always be trimmed and groomed because your personality speaks to what's inside of you. So if your appearances is rough, it means you are rough. If your appearances is not neat, well kept, and then my father was in the joint services, so he's always in uniform. He's always with this, you know, well neat, very pressed. So I see that image growing up, and I thought, why come on live today, Christmas Day, without doing the regular stuff? I thought, nah, let me just get out the routine for once. Wear a jersey, t-shirt, the shirt you put on when you're going to just socialize, you know, you sip tea. You just put on the shirt, call it t-shirt. So you know I'm going to have tea with the boys. You don't dress with a suit and tie for tea, just a shirt, you know, keep your body ventilated. Now I can say to you, Merry Christmas. If you hear the noise outside, that because people here, I guess everywhere, but I know for Suriname, they are a sucker for fireworks. They are a sucker for that. They're addicted to the stuff. Yeah, shooting fireworks. That's where they spend most of their money. They save all the money. Instead of buying fairy lights, decorations for the Christmas, they save that money just for fireworks. Then it just goes up in smoke. On the 1st of January, they're broke. I guess it's a people thing. However, if you are there with your relatives, your family, folks you have not seen in a long time, congratulations, you have made it to the 25th of December. On the Gregorian calendar, then we enter 2026. But what bothers me the most, why I decide to come on today, I'm Dr. Prasad. This is Uncensored Guyana. I won't cuss today. That's a promise, and I can keep that. I'll go light on the whole political thing. But what concerns me, what concerned me, as to why I thought that today is a good day to do this, not tomorrow, Christmas Day, is that I've seen a few items here and there circulating social media about the climate in Guyana, the climate for the season, the festive season in Guyana. Now, for months post election, we have heard from the commander in chief, from the chief Santa Claus, or the head Santa, President Irfan Ali, repeatedly say, he did not promise cash grants for Christmas. The cabinet, his government, the president in many occasions said he did not promise cash grants for Christmas. In November, he announced cash grants for the disabled community. That was it. Guyanese had almost a month to get off the high horse of expectation about cash grant before the Christmas. They had enough time to get off of that, get out of the emotions of waiting for this thing. It was never going to happen because the man who is supposed to make it happen, he said in so many ways and so many words that no cash grant, as was given earlier in 2025, was on the agenda for the holidays, for Christmas. I'm one of the persons who advise Guyanese to move on with your life. There are other things that you should be focusing on than missing every opportunity that comes by you to earn some extra money, to satisfy your your holiday lust in having things you really don't need, just to compete with a relative or a neighbor, or to satisfy your own emotions that you can buy extra stuff for the Christmas season. You had opportunities, a lot of you, to get some overtime, extra jobs, to earn that money, to waste it on things you don't want. But you didn't take the opportunity because fragments of the society from the opposition side, and this was a dangerous thing the man Azzuddin Mohammed did, keep pushing, peddling, manipulating the emotions of the poor people, the same thing that the blacks have done forever, hijacking the emotions of the average person who think they deserve better even without working for it, that they're going to make sure that the government delivered some cash grant that the government never promised. So unfortunately, a large percent of Guyanese people believed Azzuddin Mohammed, Campbell, and all these people, to the point where the PNC or Campbell started a few weeks ago, exactly 3 weeks ago, Monday, this fake protest, this illusion that they're doing something to force the government, further depressing the Guyanese into let's see which of the opposition is going to shift the government into this direction. You had the main one who has replaced the PNC using their social media to push this lie. Then you had the PNC who's trying to gain inroads back into the black community, putting these fake protests. They're competing for the same base. But that same base, to a large extent, understood that it was all lies. But still, some of them believed it. Fortunately for Guyanese, nobody showed up at the protest, but the damage was done. So a lot of these people, unfortunately, hold themselves back. So when you have these fake news like News Source, Gordon Mosley, and all these others that are talking to the bitter section of Guyana, the bitter, and they're picking, they're editing out the ones who had a positive response and taking the negative response, the response that would further push an agenda of racism and prejudice and segregation and the poverty in Guyana is rising and all these kinds of stuff to achieve what? To what end? Where people are saying sales went down, nobody's buying. I mean, if you base the merit of Guyanese Christmas this year on two persons' opinions, it really shows bad on the government side. But fortunately for the rest of us, those two persons, in the first place, they should not be there where their stalls were. Because the larger business community have recorded an enormous jump in their sales this year. As a matter of fact, the data that I was able to gather, and thanks to AI, I use AI for positive things. Thanks to AI, the data that I was able to secure, the data in shoppers on consumer spending in Guyana for 2025 went up almost 60% up. Because Guyanese, thanks to the Irfan Ali government and the policies of the government regarding the economy, Guyanese have more disposable income. And this isn't cash grants. This is because Guyanese are more responsible with their spending. They are prioritizing how they use their money. They're investing their money into essentials. And a lot of the businesses that are providing essential goods and services to Guyanese, they're the ones who are smiling. But you have people complain about apples in selling this year. It makes, look, I was insulted. I saw a clip somewhere where some person selling apples talked about apple sale when the apples. What does apples got to do with Christmas buying or Christmas shopping? Apple sale went down than the year before. I mean, this clip that I saw, it made Guyanese look so uncivilized, that Guyanese can only eat apple at the end of the year, once a year. Seriously, really. It was ridiculous. Let me digress from that. Not digress, really. Let me just give a different angle to the Apple story, folks. Personally, for me, I am a fruit guy. Fruit. I love fruits. Anything fruits, you have me there. All kinds of fruits I love. Whenever I see them, if it's available, I buy it. I eat apple every day, 365 days per year. I eat apples every day. And sometimes I use an apple in the morning, and that keeps me for the rest of the day because I usually consume one meal a day. Once a day I eat something solid. Otherwise of that, it's bananas or apples or mangoes or whatever fruits I can find every day. Apples is not a luxury. It's not a luxury. When I go to the supermarket, if it's once a week, I buy apples, mangoes, oranges, whatever fruit, like I said. So when I get see this thing like people aren't buying apples, this crap. So what the? Really? Apples? This is how you want to brand Guyana, that Guyanese only know apples at the end of the year? Is apples that scarce in Guyana? Or expenses? Is it a luxury? Is it like Thanksgiving, you just eat turkey once a year? Or Valentine's, then you taste chocolate? My refrigerator, year round, 365 days per year, has apples, chocolate, nuts, because these are things that I eat every day. Chocolate don't get me fat, it keeps me calm. Remember, I'm an angry man, so I need things to keep me calm. Apples and chocolates keeps me calm. It's good for my nerves. I'm always a lover of chocolate. Coffee, this is why I use mushroom coffee, because most of the coffees, they're not pure, they're mixed and so on. So I use the brand I can find, the best brands I can find. But these things is what keeps me calm. So when I hear these things, that people aren't shopping this in Guyana, no, people aren't shopping this, I thought to myself, what is Guyana in the 80s? That's the best you can come up with? To say that the government has done a bad job in 2025, that people are poorer? I mean, apples, really? Or these little confectionaries that people have grown over? People don't want these things anymore. And besides, things like apples, it is better to buy it in the supermarket. You can trust it than some stall somewhere on the roadways. My fruits that I buy it from supermarkets. I mean, established supermarkets that at the front you have a stamp from the government saying that this supermarket is recognized, and they have the quality stamp. I don't buy stuff from any place. So Guyanese have become smarter, and they're buying groceries, they're buying fruits from supermarkets that they know produce quality. Why aren't those supermarkets complaining? But if you're selling stuff on the roadside where all the dust is coming and all the junkies are coming around and people are touching and touching and touching, you expect Guyanese to buy there. Plus, people are afraid of their security and their money. So if a lot of Guyanese are not going out to the usual places, like just to shop, around, it is because tell the persons who are committing crime to stop, because it's costing you business. People don't want to go and take their money out in public like that to shop, because they don't know who's watching. The vendor himself could have been a crook. There are a lot of factors that are contributing why people, Guyanese, avoid certain area in the around the markets because of crime. Deal with the crime and your sales will go up. What they are not focusing on, and what I forgot the guy's name, but I think it's is it RD, ARD or RD? He's a YouTuber. He travels around and he makes videos about I think it's ARD, is it ARD or RD? He has a channel there. I came across a video, was it today or yesterday, where the guy was showing around the Christmas in Guyana from the airport. When I saw that, I recalled what Priya Malik Chan did with the Stabroek, what the First Lady did with the Christmas market. And I've seen clips around and things like that. And when I was there myself, the development I saw that when I was there myself, I saw the malls. My team took me around to the mall. I think 2 malls we were there. I think one on the East Bank and somewhere else. Then we went over to the coast. They took me to places because they want me to see for myself. When I saw what I saw, how Guyanese were bustled together, the energy, how Guyanese was spending, socializing. I asked the question, this is what they call poverty? This is what they call poverty. I mean, the typical Guyanese made me look broke when I saw what they are doing, when I saw how they are living their lives. And that was not Christmas. That was 2 months before Christmas. So when I saw what is the video from this RD guy, ARD guy, I got emotional. I was emotional. I'm not an emotional person. I'm a mentalist, but that video made me emotional. From the Cheddi Jagan airport there in Timeri, the decorations, the decorations. I've said, I think Guyana, when it comes to Christmas, should be the North Pole. I think Santa resides there. I think the only country that rivals Guyana when it comes to the Christmas decorations is New York. I mean, America. Look online. Look online. In the Caribbean, there is none. There's no country in the Caribbean that rivals Guyana when it comes to elaborate Christmas decorations. And this year, 2025, what I have seen around happening in Guyana this Christmas, I want to literally, this I can say, I want to literally slap the people who are pushing the lies about how Christmas has lost its Christ in Guyana 2025 because of poverty. I want to slap them. Cussing them wouldn't help. I want to get violent with them. I saw in the RD, the ARD, somebody help me out there. What's the guys? If you know that, what's the channel? ARD or RD, something like that. But I saw police stations in the guy's video. I saw police stations. You were thinking, are you kidding me? You mean police stations can be this cultural? You're beginning to. I never had issues with police officers. I always respect police officers. I never had issues with that. I do my best to live according to the law. And if I have to deal with in confrontations with police, like in the traffic, I humble myself. I humble myself. I give them the respect that is due because I know that I couldn't be a cop. It takes heart to be a cop. I couldn't be a cop. So when I saw what the stations have decorated, Christmas tree, I'm like, police officers are this beautiful? And these are the police officers that these PNC and the WIN people are cussing, and their people are calling corrupt and all these kinds of stuff, and they can be this creative, contributing towards the Guyanese Christmas. It was amazing. It was amazing. What does it tell you? That is not a political thing. It's not a political thing. What is happening in Guyana, the revolution has begun with Irfan Ali. The revolution continues to restore Guyana to its pride, to restore Guyana to make Guyana, which would be 60 years next year, 60 years of independence, to let Guyanese understand independence was worth it. Because we have a government now that has brought out patriotism from Guyanese, that everybody now is, thank God they're independent, because not even England celebrates Christmas the way Guyana celebrates Christmas. So if Guyana was still under the British, what you see now, 2025, will never be evident. Guyana has returned to its roots, and it had to have taken a son of the soil from the countryside of all places, the countryside, to call forth the lost soul of Guyana. Now Guyanese are alive again. That's why you see Christmas the way you see Christmas this year. People are happy. People are celebrating. I mean, the beauty, you look around. This is why I always encourage Guyanese, get out your house. Drive around. Taste your country. You need something to stimulate you. If you lost your mojo, fellas, forget the Viagra. Ladies, don't look at me. That's the ego talking there. You can look at me. You get my point. Don't fantasize over some celebrity or some porn stuff or some shit to get you horny to sleep with your husband. Ladies, you want to get horny? Get out your house. Drive around the country. Drive around the city. Feel the road as you drive. The smoothness. Wind your windows down. Take in the air, the smell of all of the aroma of dishes, perfumes. That's going to get you horny. Get off social media. Flick away from the smelly smells and the Burks and the Ben Shops and the VSAC and all these people. Flick away from them. They're going to kill your sexual interest. They're going to suppress it because of the negativity. And I tell you something, negativity is nothing good. Negativity is stupidity. It's stupidity. And stupidity comes from what? Underdevelopment of your brain. When somebody say you're stupid, they mean that you are an imbecile. You are an idiot. Means you're mentally disabled. So you have no other choice but to interpret negativity as positivity. And unfortunately, a large percentage of the Guyanese are stupid. Ain't no fault of anybody but their own. That's the house they were raised in and they came out of. So they can't help being negative. To the rest of you who understands the value of positivity, go out your house. Go out your house. Trust the security forces. Trust the security forces. Look at what the police have done and how they have tried to keep the country and the safety and the calm together so Guyanese can enjoy the Christmas celebration. Look around. You still have time. You have Boxing Day tomorrow. You have until the New Year's Day. You have all this time, and all this time, go out and enjoy what belongs to you. Let Guyana remain the country that owns Christmas. Guyana must be a tourism destination for Christmas. The rest of the world must want to experience a Guyanese Christmas. So those of us who are sober and truthful, we need to continue to spread the message that, hey, don't believe the lies you're being told about our president or our government. Come for yourself. And when you see these so-called podcasters, like Chris Crook List, call himself Christmas List. I mean, he's supposed to be Christmas, and all he focuses on is negativity and the ghetto and lies. That's what he focuses on. People like that, when they come around, say, hey man, don't film our country. Don't promote our country the way you do. Don't do it. Stop them. Prevent them. Because it's not true. You want to speak of Guyana? Show the good side. Show the positivity. Let the rest of the world know that this is the best place they can come and they can experience real life when it comes to Christmas. And I'm just focusing on Christmas because we're in the Christmas season now. But at another time, we focus on another thing. So I just wanna to tell you Guyanese, you need to be proud. Spread the word and don't be depressed. When you hear these negativities about, oh, Christmas wasn't good this year, every year Christmas ain't good for a few people. Every year, Christmas is never good for just a small group of people. And they're the ones who always seem to be at the right place at the right time to come on the camera to talk about their experiences with Christmas. But if they talk to the rest of the country, meaning go to other places, the citizens will tell you Christmas 2025, leading up to Christmas 2025, is the best so far. The biggest, the brightest, and the best so far. And Christmas 2026 is going to be better than this year. Because Guyanese love a challenge. They compete for the good. I like when I see in certain areas, it doesn't have to be places like Bel Air or these residential, no, the whole country, throughout the country. This is why I'm asking if the Irfan Ali government can do what they need to do to bring the electricity problem under control. Because, you know, around Christmas time, you don't want issues of blackouts, high voltages, low voltages, damaging people's equipment and their appliances. You don't want that. So from all the information coming out, the government is burdened with that task. They're pushing the gas to energy stuff. We've seen all the images. We've seen all the stuff. Yes, so let's give them the time to solve that. Let's give them until 2026 to solve that issue with electricity and bring the price down. So when the electricity bill is cut in half, what do you think Christmas 2026 will be like? People wouldn't have to worry about high electricity bill. Then they can cover their whole houses with fairy lights. They can decorate their whole places like it's Santa's den. You can see Guyana from the skies. I want every holiday for Guyanese to just go overboard. Live to the best that you can live for that season. This is Christmas. Live to the best. I mean, don't spend like idiots. But if it's about your family and investing in your household when it comes to the holidays, go all the way. You can afford the biggest Christmas tree, then get the biggest Christmas tree. You want to bake 20 breads, bake 20 bread. You want to build a whole, do whatever. Enjoy. Be creative with your holidays. Don't waste your money on some Nike sneakers or some useless stuff that when you buy it and you wear it for 2 times, you get bored with it. And you see somebody else come with the latest brand and you pressured yourself, yeah, I should buy another one. No, don't do that. Don't do that. If you want to invest in things for the holidays, like invest in things that you can buy something as security. So if you fall upon some hard times, you can trade that thing in for some cash. But don't invest your money in clothes and sneakers and stuff like that. When you wear it once, the value is finished. The tag is off and that's it. Invest in something that has some value that you can wear, like jewelry. Don't bother yourself with them crooks. Their days are numbered, just like the Muhammad's days are numbered. All them criminals, their days are numbered. Don't let them distract you from enjoying your life. Enjoy your life, enjoy your country. Guyana is massively beautiful. Massively beautiful. The people who are promoting Guyana in a positive light, support those people. Support their channels, support their pages, support them, thumbs up, encourage them. Don't be like the negativity from the PNC and everybody that backs the PNC is only negativity, only negativity. No matter what they cover, they always have to push racism, negativity, discrimination. That's all they do. And it's driving fear in the average Guyanese against their governments. Folks, the facts are the facts. Okay? It's the private sector that is building Guyana, not the government. The private sector. If you are an entrepreneur and you are making a difference in that country, you're following the law, you're paying your taxes, you're doing what you need to do to boost and add and contribute to your country, you are a real patriot. Because governments will come and go, but the private sector is the one that keeps the country together. They're the ones that need our support. Businesses that hire people, pay their taxes, and contribute towards the economy of Guyana, they're the ones that need our protection and our support. It matters not what they look like. If blacks are uncomfortable with the ratio of who owns business, then the blacks should go into business themselves. Take risk like other people. Be disciplined with your business. Grow your business like other people. It's not an overnight thing. You have Indian people in business for 70 years, 50 years, 40 years is not an overnight thing. So blacks got to get out of that mentality of a get rich quick scheme like these American rappers. They keep singing this so the blacks believe that, oh, I can get rich by overnight. No. You have a lot of people who have, they themselves, saved all their lives, dead and gone, and their sons are now enjoying the labor and the sacrifices of their fathers and grandfathers. A lot of people don't know that. Because you see an Indian man now, and he may establish a huge store, or he may seem to be rich. No, it's not his money. He is just utilizing in a responsible way his grandfather's sacrifice. So you can't be envious of him to think it's political help or political this. No. But if the blacks have that discipline, their sons can do the same. But you know what they say about black people? When they die, they leave a bill, as in bill. They leave you in debt. They don't leave a will, you get nothing. But when everybody else, the white man or the Indian man or the Chinese, they don't leave a bill, they leave a will. Inheritance. Blacks don't do that. We have to change that. We have to change that. Be inspired by the other races. Don't say it's discrimination. Do like them. Learn from them. You think I became what I became because of black people? No. I have never in my life had support from blacks. Never. You understand? I can say this on Christmas Day. I can say this because I want the world to understand that the rhetoric that's coming out of the PNC, even around this time, it's just lies, it's fabricated lies. Just to make an Indo-Guyanese president Looks like all they do is for Indo-Guyanese. It's a lie. Go to Guyana yourself. Talk to sober people. Look at the Christmas market from the First Lady. Who do you see there? Indo-Guyanese, all races. Who do you see selling there? Indo-Guyanese, all races. We need to promote that. Bring people together. But they keep spewing these lies out because they don't want Guyana to rally behind the PPP. They don't want Guyana to rally behind President Ali. They want to keep this racial divide because that's what keeps them relevant. But if Guyana rallies behind President Ali and the PPP, then you don't have a need for any opposition party because who would they represent? Everybody is gravitating towards President Ali. Everybody is. And the PNC and the WIN people are trying to stop that. And like I said before, Guyanese, you have to avoid, you have to unfollow from Facebook Azriddin's page or Team Muhammad. You have to stop clicking on people from the PNC, people from the WIN. Stop clicking on their videos. Don't follow their page. Don't share what they do. Stop it. Because when you do that, you're spreading their lies around the internet, around the world. I saw yesterday, I was going to do an errand last night. And I literally saw a Venezuelan, because I know the way they speak, right? A Venezuelan national in Suriname wearing the WIN t-shirt. The back you see, we invest in the tiger. Yeah, in Suriname. A Venezuelan on an electric scooter wearing a t-shirt of Azriddin Muhammad, the WIN t-shirt. Yesterday, I'm not into the business of filming people. I saw that. Yeah. Did I say Venezuelan? Yes, Venezuelan. I made sure it was Venezuelan because when I stopped at the stoplight, the person stopped next to me. And I said, hold up. And he responded in Spanish. I went on to speak in Spanish. I did ask him where he's from. I did. He said Venezuela. I wanted to be certain. That was yesterday. So when you don't pay attention to these people's narrative, you don't share their stuff, you don't get into their business. Say, it's none of my business. I don't want to hear anything bad about my country. I'm not going to share anything bad about my country. Don't listen to them. Don't share their stuff. Don't click on their live. Don't do anything. Don't even comment. Because when you comment on their pages, you're spreading it. Don't comment. Ignore it. Ignore them. If you need to spread anything, spread my message. Spread my page. Follow my page. Subscribe to my page. That's what you need to do. Because I don't intend here to take away people from the PPP. I want everybody to follow the PPP. Everybody. Because only then Guyana can be represented with the truth. Only then. Don't focus on these lies. The government has stimulated growth in Guyana. President Irfan Ali has encouraged growth in Guyana. Every sector in Guyana, the first time in the history of Guyana, every ministry, every department of government, the private sector across the board is in the Christmas spirit. Imagine military and police forces. Which country do you see that? Not even the US of A. Everybody is investing in Christmas in Guyana. That's a beautiful thing. That's a message worth spreading. And let us spread the message together, Guyanese. On this Christmas, you must understand, this is the best for the year. I mean, in years. Well, not in years. This is the best ever. We have the best president. We have the best government. We need to unite under the president. We need to stand with our government. because the year that is coming, it mightn't be good for Guyanese. No fault of Irfan Ali, but all the activities that are happening within Guyana's hemisphere, it may not be good. So now is not a time to be stupid by being negative. Now is a time to use the Christmas and the holidays around the Christmas to unite as Guyanese, to stand with the Guyana flag, and understand that your president is a president that stands with all Guyana. The man is from the countryside, for heaven's sake. From the countryside, and more specifically, Leonora. Leonora is sandwiched between Sturtville and Anna Katrina. Sandwiched. Black on both sides. How the hell could he be racist? I used to be his friend. Used to, past tense. So tell me, how could he be racist? Everything that's happening in the country, it's the Afro-Guyanese who are enjoying it. Everything. Because black people are social. Black people are the ones who are the party animals. They're social. They like to go out and the whole celebration thing is a black thing. So whatever the president has done with the country, who is the one enjoying it the most? The blacks. Let's forget about the PNC. It's the past. It's an era that has gone, that will never again, ever again happen. You have to live with the reality now that the PPP will always govern Guyana. And since Ajudin would not be around and the PNC is dead, what do we have? Priya Manik-Chan as the next president and the PPPC government. So instead of trying to beat what is impossible, join. Together, let's make Guyana the best place for Christmas. It's possible. Let's make this Christmas and the New Year the best. But 2026, better. 2027, even better. So 2030, when we have a woman president, the whole country will be lighted up with celebrations. I mean, Priya Manik-Chan, the woman, 2030, yeah. My campaign starts from now. I said it before. So I'm just building on that. Let me thank all the persons who have been very loyal, ardent, unconditional love and support to me throughout the past year. From the bottom of my heart, you stood with me despite my rhetoric, despite my position, because for you, it's not about what I say to please you, is that you know my agenda is to keep Guyana safe and to protect the interest of our government and the people. However best I choose to do that, you supported that. You're not emotionally involved so that if it doesn't sound right to you, then you don't support. If it does, no. I'm happy that, I'm sad that the blacks don't support me. I am sad. But I'm even more happy that the Indo-Guyanese at home and abroad that are often called racist by the blacks, labeled as racist by the blacks, those are the ones who have been loyal consistently to me, despite what I say on my platform. They've never budged, wavered, say, oh, well, Dr. Prasad, I'm supporting you. Can you go easy on the Indians? No. I get more respect from them when I go hard on the Indians. Because for them, crime is crime. Peace is peace. Whoever are the perpetrators of crime, they want me to call it out. Because their core concern is building Guyana, making Guyana and keeping Guyana a safe haven for people who want to live, retire, and enjoy their country. And that's my mandate. I don't have to be president to do that. As a citizen, I can use my platform and what available powers I have to achieve that. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what my Indian brothers and sisters are supporting. The initiatives. And they're not all Hindus. They're Muslims, they're Hindus, and they're Christians. To the Chinese who support me, the Caucasian who do, I am eternally grateful. So as 2026 affords me the opportunity, I will continue. I believe that the best hope for Guyana's future is the PPP. Because it's not about a presidential or the president's policy, it's about the party's politics. And the politics of the PPP is what is suitable to govern Guyana. No other party can do the job. We have tried them, didn't we? As early as 2015, 2020. And it was a failed regime, failed government. We don't want to make that mistake ever again. So help me rally every Guyanese under the PPP. Every Guyanese. I want to dismantle the Win Party. I want to dismantle the PNC. I want to make it impossible for any person to rise up to say they want to start a political party. I would like to achieve that. I want you to help me to keep this show alive, keep my platform streaming so that I can achieve the objective in making a one-party state, a one-party country. And the one party is the People's Progressive Party. Don't tell me about corruption. We are dealing with human beings, not robots, human beings. So every party, you have corrupt people. It's the policies, the laws, and the rules that governs the party that deals with people who want to be corrupted. And I think the PPP has the best policy. It's a party of law and order. And if anybody under the PPP is caught committing crimes or being involved in corruption, we have seen they have been dealt with. They will be dealt with. No one is perfect, but the policies can be perfect. The system can be perfect. Let us stand behind the PPP. Help me to achieve this objective in making sure that Guyana has one political party, and that is the People's Progressive Party Civic. Now our president is President Irfan Ali. Our next president, for me, that's my personal choice, is Priya Manichan. Okay? Like I said, for me, I don't know what your choice is. And quite frankly, I don't care. I'm saying what my choice is. But until then, thank you, Guyanese, for making this Christmas the best Christmas in Guyana so far. Stay safe, enjoy your family, don't drink, go ahead, drink. Don't beat your wife, don't fight with your neighbor, and stay out your cars, stay out your vehicles. Because you want to live to see what the next Christmas will be like. You want to stay out of prison to see what the next Christmas will be like. Until then, goodbye now.